It's no secret that ERP vendors are pushing their customers to the cloud. And certainly one of the reasons they are doing that is to extract additional fees from cloud revenue. But one of the other reasons they're doing that is to get a stranglehold on customer data. That's what I want to talk about today. My name is Marcus Harris. I'm a software and technology attorney. For the last 20 years, I've drafted and negotiated ERP-related contracts and litigated failed digital transformations in courts across the country. The corpus of customer data in these cloud systems is an incredibly valuable commodity. The ERP vendors know this, and they are putting contractual provisions in their contracts to take advantage of this. In the ERP contracts that we have negotiated lately, we're seeing incredible push by ERP vendors to include language in those contracts that allows them to utilize your data to train their large language models so that they can enhance their AI offerings. And while I think there's certain value associated with them doing that, to the extent that those modifications, customizations, and features are going to be rolled back into the product and you're going to be able to utilize it, I think there's incredible risk. Certainly, these ERP vendors need to be obligated or have an obligation to anonymize that data, de-identify that data, and keep it confidential in accordance with whatever contractual terms you are negotiating. But their interest in the data really doesn't stop there. They want to be able to utilize that data in accordance with the purpose of that contract, and they also want to be able to, like I said, modify or put that data into their artificial intelligence tools and functionality, be able to utilize that to train them to modify their functionality and provide new products, essentially using your customer data to do that. And one of the hidden revenue sources that we're starting to see in these contracts is really these ERP vendors trying to put as big a fence around that corpus of customer data that they can, and charging you as the owner of that data, simply because it is in their system or your system, charge you to get it out or to have other applications communicate with it or extract it out of their system. It's almost kind of like an indirect access issue that we saw with SAP a few years ago, but now it's being kind of retooled and reformulated to extract additional revenue from utilization of customer data and really trying to charge you additional fees, generate revenue from something that is owned by you and that is yours. And I think you need to be aware of this. There is going to be vague contractual language in these contracts that you're going to have to negotiate, that you're going to have to beat back and push back and really hold these software vendors to account. You really want to make sure that you have the flexibility to access your own data when you need to access it, and you want to minimize the likelihood that you're going to be charged for the basic luxury of accessing data that's in your system or having other applications that are utilized in your digital environment or your technology ecosystem to access the data that's in that ERP system. I think what is happening on a more regular basis is, with the case with some ERP vendors, that they're decertifying the applications that they allow to interface with their ERP system, and you then only have one option for extracting your data, and lo and behold, it's their proprietary system, and they're going to charge you an incredibly pretty penny for the luxury of being able to utilize their application to get your data out. So if you're seeing any of this, you really want to be diligent. You're going to want to be aware of what they are trying to do. You're going to have to think expansively, maximize your ability to utilize the software in ways that you want to use it, not only for your current state today, but your future state. And you're going to want to minimize the likelihood that you're going to run into unexpected fees and charges that are going to be imposed by their ERP vendor simply to access your own data. If you have any questions about any of the issues in this video, please feel free to reach out to me. I'd love to talk to you, get an understanding of what you're up against, provide you with some strategies for negotiating with these vendors. You can contact us or contact me at taftlaw.com. It's no secret that, please feel free to, if you have, and while that certainly is reasons that are doing that is to extract additional revenue